The Cooper and Anthony Show.
The way they go about choosing town names is really fascinating to me. You know, basically it's like a vote. They form a new town. They say, what should we name it? Or there's a town, they decide to change the name for whatever reason. Maybe there's a negative stigma to it or something like that. Well, this is my favorite thing. Residents of a town that used to be called Burnsville Township is now called Now Then. Now Then.
Now then.
Now then.
Now Then, Minnesota.
Not now and then.
Just Now Then. And here's how it came about. And it was officially named today. Today's the big day. It's called Now Then, Minnesota. This is how it happened. During the 1890s, a community leader had a list of possible names for the post office. Right? They were deciding what to name the little town, the little area, the post office, that whole thing. Mm-hmm. And he wrote on the list, now then, one of these ought to do. So the historians say the post office came to be known as Now Then.
Really?
So they just recently voted and decided to go back to that name from 1890. So Burnsville Township is now called Now Then.
Love that.
Yeah.
There's a mayor. There's 4 members of the city council. It's official. Happy birthday. Congratulations to Now Then. I love silly town names. It's so good. I mean, have you ever been to a city or a town with a really bizarre and funny name? There's some really, really good ones out there. Mm-hmm. And always, we used to do this. Remember we talked about this once, I think it was like last Halloween and the one before, where there's all these towns with kind of scary, spooky names.
Yeah, like Hell, Michigan.
Yeah, like Hell, Michigan. But scary, spooky name stuff when people would go, you go for Halloween. Mm-hmm. But it's just interesting, like the different town names and how they've come about. And like, for example, there's Beauty, Kentucky.
Beauty.
I think that's an interesting name.
Well, when Dukes of Hazzard was big, well, the town is still called this, but it's called Hazard, Kentucky. And we actually, as a family, took a trip all the way from Chicago to Hazard, Kentucky, so we could go to Hazard, Kentucky.
That's why it was called the Dukes of Hazzard, because the Dukes, it's almost like saying the Dukes of Charlotte.
Right.
No, it's Hazard County.
Hazard County.
Hazard
with
County.
2 Z's.
Right.
And Hazard, Kentucky has one Z. Yeah.
But Hazard, Kentucky has Boss Hogg's place, and they really did it up because of Hazard. It's in the middle of nowhere.
My favorite are the ones with town names that are food.
Like Plain Hamburger, Georgia.
Is there a Plain Hamburger? There's Plains, Georgia. I don't know if there's Plain Hamburger. But there's, in Texas, there's the Chocolate Bayou.
Chocolate
I know.
Bayou.
I gotta move there. Well, once a month I have to move there. The rest of I need to live somewhere else the rest of the time. So what are some wacky town names that you've encountered? Hey, Tina.
Hi.
Now, Tina, have you encountered like a wacky town name?
Yep.
What was it?
Actually, I believe it's kind of close to Now Then because I've driven by and seen the sign for Now Then. But it's called Nimrod.
No way!
It's a town in Minnesota called Nimrod.
Nimrod, Minnesota. I think that's...
Oh, go ahead.
That seems like the place that people should be banished to.
There's only 75 people that live in Nimrod, Minnesota.
You found it.
It's in Wadena County.
And then there's a town called Embarrass, Minnesota.
No!
And that town is like the town that's known for having the worst weather, like the coldest weather in like the country.
And
it always breaks the record.
And I wonder if that's why they decided to get together, because it used to probably be called, Pineville, and now they changed it to Embarrass because they're a little embarrassed at the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, Embarrass, Minnesota is known as the cold spot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Yep. You know, the town Now Then, you say they just recently changed the name of that town?
That it's official now. I guess they, they have to go through a process where they change the name, but it's not official until there's a mayor and there's a city council and it's approved. So it was just approved. Actually, the first council meeting is July 8th.
Okay, because I've seen signs for that town many, many times for years and years.
Yeah, they just incorporated. They just, you can call, I guess you can call a town anything you want to, but they just officially, as of yesterday, got all their paperwork through or whatever. I guess it's like, the adoption process.
And there is a town called Burnsville, and that's within the Twin Cities.
Oh, interesting.
So that's kind of weird when you said that it was changing from Burnsville to Nowthen.
From
Yeah.
Burnsville Township.
Yeah, Burnsville Township.
Yeah, it was Burnsville Township.
Okay, because it was just a little town, not like it was an official full town.
And I love how they got the name Now Then.
Mm-hmm.
Now Then.
Funny, though, how that happened.
I know. I love those stories. Those are so interesting how they choose city names. Thank you, Tina.
We must be syndicated into Nimrod.
Oh, we have to.
We have to. Get right on it. Does Nimrod have a radio station?
Probably not. There's only 75 people in the town.
One of those people must have a radio.
Right. There has to be a radio station that goes into Nimrod.
Yeah.
We must be on a Nimrod.
But Nimrod feels like a place that you banish people to, like stupid criminals. I'm sorry, you have to go to Nimrod. You left your driver's license as you were committing a crime. You need to go move to Nimrod.
There's a big wall
where
around
you belong.
the whole city. You have to stay here.
All right, so what are some wacky, strange town or city names that you've encountered? Hey, Ken.
Hello, Cooper.
Now, Ken, you drive for a living, so you must drive through some wacky town places.
Well, I'm sure I could, if I sit and thought about it long enough, I could probably come up with 100. But just right off the top of my head, down there close to y'all got a little town called Dirty Ankle. And over here next to me, I got one called Road Hiss.
Road Hiss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It's all it is a wide spot in the road and they got a dam.
Oh, that's
That's what
so
dams up
funny.
the Catawba River, and that's where you get a lot of your electricity from.
I mean, the way I love how they come up with Dirty Ankle. That's what I want to
Okay,
know.
I give up how.
I'm saying I want to meet those townsfolk and be like, all right, how on earth did you come up with Dirty Ankle?
Well, now I've heard of another town that's supposed to be somewhere not far from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Crusty Knee, but I've never been.
Now you're just making things up.
That's the honest truth. I have heard that there is one. I've never been there, so I can't say that it is.
I know there's a Left Hand, West Virginia.
Yeah, well, another place not far from us is a place called Cat Square.
Cat Square?
Yeah. And right in the middle of the intersection over there at the area they call Cat Square, they've drawn a big square in the middle of the intersection and put a picture of a cat in it.
Oh, I love that.
You better be a cat lover to live there.
Well, I don't know about all that, but honest to God. And your new little girl, I'm glad y'all warned her, because when I called the first time, she was scared to death of me.
Okay.
You blame her?
No, not really. I told her, I said, go ahead and talk to them. They'll warn you about me, and it'll be all right. And
by the way, yeah, go ahead.
I heard you two-timing me the other day.
Yeah, she wanted to marry somebody else.
Yeah, I heard her. I see how she is.
But you know what? He rejected her. She's brokenhearted and on the rebound. Now's your chance, Ken. You should pounce.
I don't play second fiddle to nobody.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Play it to everybody, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. Okay, so what are some of the wacky town names that you've come across? How about you, Dave?
Hey, I think was kind of cruel, but we have a real town here in Minnesota called Sleepy Eye.
Been there.
I thought on Little House on the Prairie, I thought it was kind of cruel that they put the school for the blind in Sleepy Eye.
Oh, they did not.
They did. So the daughter was sent off to the school for the blind in Sleepy Eye.
Oh, that's so evil.
It's right on the way to New Ulm.
Yes, where they make some great beer.
Yes, they do. Herman the German's from there.
What is he
And make sure
talking
you say-
about?
I don't know. They're talking Minnesota talk.
Oh, is that what it is?
They have a little private dialogue.
They're going to talk sports next.
I gotta say, good for you Minnesotans. You guys have a great sense of humor.
Well, the other one that I like in Minnesota is called Young America.
Yeah, and that's where you send all your rebates to.
Yep. Young America.
America.
Sounds so vital. Young America.
Didn't David Bowie write a song about that?
Young Americans.
Well, Minnesota also has Dinkytown.
That's an
not
area
really
of the
a
Twin
town,
Cities.
Oh, I see. Okay. And what about Ham Lake, Dave?
Ham Lake, yep. That's up the little north of where I'm at.
There's some good eating there.
Ham
I
lake.
haven't been up there to tell you it's that great to eat. But
Is there ham in the lake?
I haven't seen any ham, but near there is Becker, which is, I think, claims to be one of the largest furniture stores in the United States.
They're in Ham Lake?
Up there near Ham Lake.
Oh, okay. I love, it's for you, it's so obvious. Up there near Ham Lake. Oh, Ham Lake, yeah, I've been there. It's called Ham Lake.
Maybe it's in the shape of a ham.
Okay, we'll go with yes.
Can you go swim in Ham Lake and let me know if it tastes like ham?
If it tastes like, yeah.
I want to know.
You want to know all you need now is like a bacon grease lake, and you'd be set.
Oh, he bakes anything with bacon in it. There is a bacon Indianapolis. Where's Indianapolis?
Indiana.
Indiana. There's a bacon.
Indiana.
There's a bacon Indiana.
Right. In Ham Lake.
And Ham Lake.
Oh,
Not too
that
far
is
from each other.
great.
You could do the full pig run. Anything with to do with food or pigs or
It's a
hams.
road trip.
It's a road trip. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Cooper.
Now, Mary, what
How
are some of the wacky town names that you've encountered?
Well, Fertile, Minnesota, since we're on Minnesota.
Fertile. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's a good place to be from.
I guess a lot of people are actually from there.
Yeah.
It's good for agriculture.
Yeah, my new favorite swear word is Effingham, Illinois.
No, there is not an Effingham.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's too good to be true.
There's a new Effington, South Dakota, too.
Why would they do that?
Well, because back when they named it, it wasn't,
That wasn't a bad
people
word.
didn't think dirty words when they said it.
Always been a dirty word since the dawn. Don't you watch the Tudors?
Or Deadwood.
Yeah, Deadwood.
Not historically accurate.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they
all right.
said that word a lot in Deadwood.
Thank you, Mary. That was a good one. Now, Lee, what town have you been to and you're like, that's a wacky name for a town?
Well, in the central part of North Carolina, there's an eye-catching exit sign as you're going north, and there are two towns that it leads to this exit ramp. On the top line, it says Climax.
Yeah, it's in Guilford County.
Right.
Yep.
You know what's on the second line right below it?
Oh, I'm scared. What?
High Point.
Oh, no. I can't even go there.
Well, you just did.
We'll take you there.
And the weird thing is,
You will never take me there.
I take
You
that
will
back.
never take me there.